G'day everyone and welcome back to the Thins Down Under podcast, episode 24. I'd like to give out a quick mention to our new sponsor, Good Apples. They edit my videos, so make sure you have a look at them. I'm your host Ado, and on today's episode, I will be recapping the Miami Dolphins versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this Week 17 matchup at Hard Rock Stadium. So let's get into it. So the Miami Dolphins gave fans a Christmas gift. That's right, beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20-17. You know, we won the turnover battle. We didn't turn the ball over on offense. Defense was creating turnovers. Special teams played well. They blocked the field goal. So we played well in all three phases of the game. And when you do that, plus you win the turnover battle, you usually win the game. And that's what happened here. Quinn Ewers was making his second start. I thought he did all right last week against the Bengals. And he was making his second start here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, they were playing for something. You know, they needed to win this game to try to win the NFC South. They're battling out with the Carolina Panthers at the moment. So they really needed to win this game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they still had something to play for. We didn't. You know, it didn't start off well. We started out with a 3-and-out. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on their first possession, they drove all the way down the field, scored a touchdown on their first possession of the game, and then a special moment on our second possession of the game for young rookie 7th round draft pick Quinn Ewers threw his first ever touchdown pass to another rookie, Ted Weiss Jr. for a 63-yard completion. It was a great throw, a great composure. I think it came on 3rd down as well. It was like 3rd and 8. So great moment there for Quinn Ewers and rookie and Ted Weiss Jr. That got us back in the game at 7-7. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were probably in control of the game for the first 5 minutes of the game. And then after that, it was all Dolphins. We were able to score another 10 points before halftime. We got a field goal, make it 10-7. And then Quinn Ewers threw his second touchdown pass. It's the first time ever Miami Dolphins, a rookie quarterback, has thrown for 2 touchdown passes in a first half since Dan Marino in 1983. That's over 40 years ago. So Buccaneers had the ball late in the second half and they got in the field goal range. I think it was a 55-yard field, and Zeke Biggers, our other 7th round draft rookie, blocked a field goal. So they kept the score at 17-7 just before halftime. And that blocked field goal ended up being crucial because we only ended up winning the game by 3 points. So it was 17-7 at halftime. Zeke Biggers has actually blocked, coming out of college, he's actually blocked 7 field goals in his college days. If you've seen him, he's a big dude. So hopefully he blocks some more field goals for us in the future. So 17-7 at halftime. You know, we're playing good on offense. Defense is playing well. On to the second half, and this is where we struggle, especially in the third quarter. Like I said in my last video, second half adjustments. I think we're like minus 80 points, point differential in the third quarter. I think we're the worst third quarter teams when it comes to points differentials in the NFL. So it'd be interesting to see if we continue that trend or we do something about it. I think we're a bit more conservative on offense in the third quarter. You know, we didn't pass a lot. We were running the ball. We ran the ball. We knew our defense was playing well, so we sort of played it safe. We played it conservative. I think Buccaneers had another long drive that resulted in a field goal. We stopped them in the red zone. Baker Mayfield almost fumbled the ball. It was lucky it bounced straight back to him, and he just ran out of bounds. So we made a good goal line red zone stop. We bend, but we didn't break, and we limited them to just 3 points in the third quarter. So it was 17-10. We had a good quick kickoff return at the end of the third quarter. M. Washington, he ran it down the Buccaneers 45-yard line. We turned that good field position into 3 points. Riley Patterson, who's our kicker, who's having a good season for us. I think he's only missed like 2 field goals. And we sort of just held on from there. The Buccaneers sort of self-destructed. Baker Mayfield, I think he had like over 300 yards. I think he almost had 50 pass attempts in the game, and we relied on our defense especially in the second half in the last quarter, and they showed up. So Anthony Weaver's man, won us the game at the end because we were able to force 3 turnovers from Baker Mayfield. He threw 2 interceptions and a forced fumble. So like I said, if you win most of the time in the NFL, if you win the turnover battle, you win the game. So we were winning 20-10 in the last quarter, and then we sort of just held on. We relied on our defense, and our defense come through. I think they got an interception in the last quarter by Ashton Davies, our safety, and got a forced fumble by Bradley Chubby Boy. He got a sack and on Baker Mayfield and a forced fumble as well. And I think it was recovered by Q Bell. We didn't do much on offense in the second half, but we played efficient football on offense. We just stuck with the run. We knew our defense was playing well. We didn't turn over the ball. We played it safe. We played it conservative. Quinn Ewers had a great scramble for first down late in the fourth quarter. That was a big play. It was third down, and he made there was no one open, and he ran. He made a couple of defenders miss, dived head first for a first down. I think it was third down for a 7-yard gain. So that was exciting to see. I haven't seen a Miami Dolphins quarterback scramble like that for ages. That was exciting to see. That was sexy. That wasted a bit of time off the clock. But with about 1 minute 50 left, we punted the ball back. Buccaneers had to use all their timeouts. So there were 150 left. I think they drove down the field in 3 or 4 plays. Baker Mayfield ended up throwing a pass to Mike Evans, who was we did a good job on Mike Evans. I think he only caught two or three catches. So he's one of their main wide receivers. So we limited Mike Evans pretty well in that game. So they end up scoring a late touchdown with about a minute to go. And once again, it came down to an onside kick. The score was 17-20, and last time we had to defend an onside recovered kick, I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, it was against the Saints, and they were able to recover it. So I had my heart in my mouth once again as a Miami Dolphins supporter, but this time we were able to recover the onside kick, and thankfully we held on to win the game. So great victory, great Christmas present the Miami Dolphins delivered. And for the majority of the game, it looked like, we were playing for something, and so it was good to see them still playing hard, even though we're out of the playoff chase. And it was a good, hard-fought victory, and I was very proud of the team. All right, let's look at the player stats. Quinn Ewers, very efficient. I thought he played really well, played mistake-free football. I thought he managed the game really well. His stats are not crazy, but they're very efficient. He completed 14 for 22 attendance, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He was sacked twice and rating 118. So congratulations to Quinn Ewers. Had a great game through his first 2 career touchdowns as well. And that was his very first victory in the NFL. So congratulations to him. He was pretty excited after the game. Our rushing stats, A-Chain, our Pro Bowler, our only Pro Bowler that made the Pro Bowl this season, had another good game. 18 carries, 83 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, 0 touchdowns, long 18. Jay Wright, our backup running back, had a decent game. 5 carries, 56 yards, 11.2 yards per carry, 0 touchdowns, and 32 long. He had that great rocket run for about 32 yards. So Jay Waddle, he got injured, to be fair to him. He got injured. I think he got a rib injury. He didn't play for about half a game. So he carried the ball once for 7 yards. Quinn Ewers had 4 carries for 5 yards, 1.27 long. He had that great scramble there at the end, which was on third down, which was very good to see. He's got a bit of mobility. He can extend plays, so that's good to see and exciting for the future for the Miami Dolphins. He looks like he's got a good composure about him. So, and Washington, our small wide receiver, had 1 carry for 1 yard, and Dolchich had 1 carry for -7 yards. That was that strange third down play in the first half where Quinn Ewers just threw it out to Dolchich, who had like 2 or 3 men on him. Receiving stats. T. Wiz Jr. Got his first touchdown. He had 1 reception for that 63 yards. Great throw by Quinn Ewers. Greg Dolchich had a massive game for us, our tight end. He's been good for us since coming from, I think he come from the Giants. 5 receptions, 58 yards, and his first touchdown for the Dolphins. Long 23 targets. He was our most targeted receiver in this game, 6. That was Greg Dolchich's first touchdown since the 2022 season, I think. So it was good to see him play well and be rewarded with a touchdown. A-Chain, 3 receptions, 29 yards, 9.7, long 20, target 3. I think he's got the second most scrimmage yards in the NFL behind Bijan Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons. I think he's got the best yards per carry in the NFL this season. Nearly 6 yards per carry. I think the exact number is 5.8 yards per carry. So he leads the NFL on that. Jay Hill, our other tight end, had 1 reception, 16 yards, 2 targets. C. Wilson, our receiver, had 1 reception, 8 yards, 2 targets. And Washington, a small wide receiver, had 1 reception, 4 yards. Jay Waddle, 0 reception, 0 yards. He had 1 target. D. Waller was very quiet. Our main tight end had 1 reception, 0 yards. He was targeted 3 times. And Quinn Ewers had 1 reception, 406 yards. That was that one when he tried to shuffle past it to, I think, Dolchich in the red zone in the first half, and I think come off a Buccaneers defender, and he should have knocked it down, but he caught it and he ended up getting tackled. So he should have just knocked it down for an incomplete pass, but he'll learn from it. Defensive stats. Defense was like amazing all game. Jack Jones, our cornerback, had 8 tackles, 2 assists, so he had 10 tackles overall, so he was a pretty busy man. Ashton Davies, a safety, had 7 tackles, 1 interception. T. Dodson, our linebacker, had 5 tackles, 1 sack. Jay Marshall Jr., our other rookie, 1 interception, his first ever interception, and that was a great interception. He picked off Baker Mayfield in the first half. Great athletic catch and concentration. Bradley Chubby, he's having a great season for us. I think he leads the season for us in sacks. I think he's got about 8.5 sacks. He had 3 tackles in this game, 2 sacks, and he had also a forced fumble. So I thought he was probably our best defensive player of the game. Hugh Bell, he had 1 tackle and 1 fumble recovery. That recaps the victory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We win it by 3 points, 20-17. The only negatives come out of the game was I think Chop Robinson got concussed in the game, so he might miss the next game against the New England Patriots. And Jordan Brooks, our main linebacker, I think he had to come off late in the second half due to a hamstring injury. So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he can play against the New England Patriots because he leads the NFL in tackles at the moment. I think he's got 174 tackles, and Jordan Brooks. The next closest guy in second place is, I think, a linebacker from the Raiders, who's got 168 tackles. So hopefully he can play the last game against the Patriots. I don't think Chop Robinson will. I think because if you get concussed, you got to automatically miss 1 week. So I think Chop Robinson won't play against the Patriots, but Jordan Brooks looks like, hopefully he plays because I really want him to, he's one of our best defensive players and he's like the quarterback of our defense. I hope he plays so he can win the NFL's most tackles stat this season. Moving on forward, our last game is against the New England Patriots at Foxborough. So we're going to be playing away. And this is a big game, especially for the Patriots. They need to win. They still got a chance to win for the number 1 seed. They won the AFC East. Congratulations, I hate to say it, but congratulations to the New England Patriots. They need to beat us in the final game, and hopefully they need the Denver to lose against the Los Angeles Chargers. I hope we can spoil that parade. That'd be a great finish for the season. That should be good motivation for us going into the last game. We can spoil the New England Patriots party. This game, a quick prediction of this game. I hate to say it, but I think the New England Patriots will win this game because Drake May, their young quarterback, he's having an amazing season. He just threw 5 touchdown passes against the New York Jets. So he's playing at an MVP level. They got a good team. Drake May, quarterback. They got Stephen Diggs, their main wide receiver. And they got a good head coach, Mike Vrabel, who's got a good record against the Miami Dolphins, going back to his Tennessee Titans days. They beat us week 2 in Miami. They beat us in a close game. So hopefully, we get our revenge and beat them this time. But I think they're going to beat us because they're pretty strong at home. They're playing at home. It's going to be cold. I hope it's not a blowout. I hope it's at least competitive. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching. I wish all you guys a happy new year. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next time. And as always, fins up.